Hello, hello, hello. Everybody, everybody. Uh, Let's crack what's up, what's running. How is everybody doing? Guys, this is a deep conversation that I had thought about a while back. I am talking about a lot of relationship stuff, and I have been. And I feel like I feel like I should talk about these things. A lot of people really kind of shy away from things like this, but it's normal for relationships to develop. It's okay to explore. It's all about relationship development, guys. All about relationship development. I may stay here for 31 minutes. If anybody joins, I'll be here just a tad bit longer. But yes, guys, let me see if you can hear me. Let's see, because I put the new microphone. Okay. Yeah, it's just okay. So, as I'm saying, the relationships that you have with your significant other, mind you, I am nowhere near an expert. This is my own opinion, guys. If you don't like people's own opinion, yes, nobody's asking me, yada, yada, yada. We all know those trolls out here. But, again, this is my YouTube video, my YouTube channel, my own opinion. So, thank you for the thumbs up, whoever thumbs up. But yes, it's all about relationship development. If you're in a relationship, you will, over the course of years of being together, will have differences, right? You're gonna have some sort of different, either like you like a different food, you like different things. You're always gonna come across that. You're always, no matter what. Some situations, some couples, they do tend to get along with each other and they actually have the same taste. But let me tell you what's wrong with that. When you're in a relationship and y'all exactly like the exact same thing and y'all say the exact same thing and y'all listen to the same music, y'all eat the same foods, you have everything in common, there's something wrong with that picture. The wrong with the picture is basically your brother and sister. Y'all have grouped into each other, had one to a sink, and y'all brother and sister. Some may be like, what the heck, brother and sister? Why would you even think of a couple or relationship like that? Because it does happen. Over a period of time, when you're with that significant other for quite some time, you all of a sudden you feel like that's your brother and your sister. Like you already know what they're gonna say. You're that in sync. But that's something wrong with that kind of relationship. And I've seen that. I've seen that multiple times. Even internet relationships that I have seen on the internet. Some YouTubers. There's one YouTuber actually. As a matter of fact, there's one YouTuber I know that they were both kind of generically the same. They saw each other exactly the same as brother and sister, like I said. And it's one of my YouTubers. Her name is Tara Yummy, and she literally had this boyfriend, and they were together for quite some time on the internet, and they became one with each other, and then they split on good terms. They split on good terms because they knew that the relationship, maybe they need to grow a little bit, maybe they need to develop, and that's why we're talking about growth and development, because it happens in a lot. Every scenario, guys, every scenario I'm coming out with happens a lot. This YouTuber said that we're still friends. However, we just need to, we're basically going out too young, and we just want to explore. We want to do different things because we're basically the same, brother and sister. They're always going to have that sync connection. One says this, one says that, and it's like, what? You knew what I was going to say next. So that's wrong with that relationship. The opposite, you're always going to have differences. Whether she or he likes lettuce and tomato on her burger, and he just likes just mayonnaise, no lettuce, tomato. You know, you always got to come from those differences. You either do one thing, which is argue about it with each other and be like, I can't believe you don't like this and this, or be okay, like, fine, that's fine, that's fine, you know. But a picky eater, in my preference, a picky eater is annoying. It's completely annoying. Like, I say eat a hamburger like a hamburger was made. I say have a hot dog like a hot dog is made. Like that's the way I think now. Before, I was a picky eater. I did not eat onions. I did not like ice. And then all of a sudden, as I get out of the relationship, I'm getting development, and I found out, you know what? You know, these are not that bad. Like, ice was basically a pet peeve of mine because it would water down the the actual whatever you have, like Coke or Dr. Pepper or Sprite. It will water it down. And then as time progressed, I began to like ice all of a sudden. Like, because it was hot days, I'm like, oh, I need some ice, you know. Same thing with onions too, you know. Onions, I never liked onions when I clearly bypassed onions throughout my 10 years of being in a relationship. And just because I didn't develop in the relationship, in that sequence, like the other person didn't like onions either. Well, barely cared for a little bit of onions. It had to be like the whole entire thing, not chopped up. And it's all like, if I would have liked onions before, maybe he would have thought I was different. Like, what the heck? All of a sudden, you're changing your mind. And that's why I was saying, you could either argue about it in a relationship, or you could be like, it's whatever, whatever he wants, or whatever she wants, or whatever. Usually it's the male saying whatever, you can have whatever you want. You know, no lettuce, no tomato, no nothing like that, no cilantro on your taco, you know. So food is a pet peeve. There's that food aspect, and it's normal in a relationship, guys. It's normal. It's normal for them to all of a sudden change habits. Once your significant other starts changing habits, yes, it becomes like a suspicious, very suspicious, because you've known them all your life, like however long y'all been together, 10 years, 7 years, 2 years, you've known them and you've lived with them, and you're like, that person would never do that. And then all of a sudden they do something out of the drastic change, and they're like, well, I like this, you know, or maybe I'm trying something different. And it's good to explore. That's where the explore comes in. It's good to explore. You can't always be in this captive relationship where you don't feel like exploring because you don't know what the significant other is going to say. Therefore, now you're scared of what the significant other is going to say, so you just leave it alone. You know, there's times that has happened in multiple relationships that I've seen in the past 5 months. Is exploring, whether if it's the male or the female exploring. I've known a couple of relationships that they were in a relationship and that person wanted to go out on their own, wanted to go clubbing on her own. And he was like, no, you know what? I'm not gonna let you go clubbing on your own. I'm gonna go with you. Meanwhile, he can go out on the boys' night but she can't go out clubbing by herself with her girls because he's not that type of person to go clubbing. He just goes out. What's up, sup, Kevin? Mofo Kevin. We got multiple relationships exactly like that. Kevin, we're talking about normal. It's very normal for relationships to develop. I've been talking about relationships for quite some time now. Since I started my season, I started talking about relationships because I've seen multiple relationships in this past 5 months all over the place. And I'm not nowhere a relationship expert or anything like that. This is my opinion. This is what I feel like I see behind these relationships. I was in a relationship too. I never tried to develop. Never, because I knew they would look at me differently. And I'll be like, oh, you've never done that before in your whole entire life. Well, now I like onions. Okay, now I like onions. What? Who showed you onions? Who showed you the ice? And it just becomes like a hassle because you can't really develop in your relationship. And that's why it's good for relationships to explore. Have a open mind. Explore on things. That's my opinion. Like I said, I've seen multiple relationships. As far as relationships with kids, now that's a big one. It's hard for you to explore outside the limits with having kids. Lots of people struggle. Lots of people. It's all a repeat in life. All these relationships that I'm talking about, every single one of them is a repeat that I have seen. Yes, we can explore anything. We can explore only with our kids, but not with each other. Like, you have to have your alone time without the kids. And you have to have, like, I can't say a babysitter or a nanny or that. You can have all those things. Oh, let me refill my cup. Refill my cup. Come in H2O. This is my last cup that I'm going to refill. Okay, here we go. So you can have the kids and whatnot. Yes, you need to have relaxation and have either you go out, one person either stay with the kid. Usually that's the case. Usually one person stays with the kid while the other one goes out. If not, then basically y'all can both go out, which is very rare. There's a lot of rare relationships where they both go out. I know that newlyweds, yes, if they have like a kid that is like 2 or 3 years old, they want a break. Yeah, they'll send the kid off to grandma's, to auntie's house, whatever, and they'll go out. They'll go out. A lot of the older couples that have been together for about like 7+ years, they begin to grow and develop. Maybe they don't want to go out together anymore. They want to go out separately now because that's growth and development. However, you still got that boundary that you're trying to keep in there. And this goes back to my video where I said on the last one, the female is always the particular one that thinks that you're doing bad or whatnot. There's a whole video. I made a whole video about that. About 30 minutes. I had the video. But, oh yeah, woman's jealousy. The woman's jealousy is more. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. But, yeah, so you have that factor to play in it. The who you're with, the who you're hanging out with, who you're talking to. You can't really go out with the same people anymore. Because newlyweds can do that for some reason. I've seen that in a lot of relationships. A lot of relationships that are in 3 years term already. They'll go out together, and then all of a sudden, after 5, 6, 7 years together, they kind of just want to do their own thing now. Um, they want to do their own thing. They're developing. That's called developing. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with developing inside of a relationship as long as the significant other is okay with it. And it's mostly, again, women, men are more okay with the woman going out than the men letting the woman go out most of the time. I see a lot of lesbian relationships nowadays. Yeah, and I said this in my live stream a while back. I said, I think it was the jealousy one, the female jealousy one. I said this, and I said it clear, loud and clear. Just because you hang out with the females and there's no males involved, that doesn't mean that you don't have intentions. That doesn't mean you don't have intentions either. Now these days, I said this in my past live streams already. Women are more attractive than men. Women are much more attractive than men. So the way I see it, I see a lot of women that are very attractive. They're attractive looking and whatnot. Well, then how come, oh, the whole world is so corrupted? No. It happens. So you can easily have a girls' night out with no boys. However, you're actually like that girl, and there's nothing like. I think one time my ex's sister was basically hanging out. It was a pretty tough one there that day. My ex's sister was hanging out with this girl all the freaking time, and they were besties. They called themselves besties. They still call themselves besties these days, but they were besties. Then her dad went crazy. Her dad went crazy on them too, and he ended up basically telling her, which is his daughter, he said, "I want grandkids. I don't want you hanging out with her anymore. I don't want you hanging out with her anymore." And then she's all like, "Well, what do you mean?" And she's like, "I don't want you hanging out. I want grandkids. You don't be hanging out with her no more." And he was upset. And it got to the point where I had to step in because he was wrestling her, like literally, because he wanted to delete her number off of her phone. And I whew, that day was crazy. Claudia out with her friends now. I think they went to, yeah, you see? I don't want to put that out there like that, like saying that she's a bad person on the internet, but I'm just saying that yes, it does happen. Because a girl's night out just basically means that they're just looking for, like, I don't know where did I say it? I inserted it basically in a video where it's all like, if it's a girl's night out, it's more of talking about guys. More talking about guys, because this is the feminine stuff that I don't understand. I never understood that. They'll talk about either guys, makeup, all this other feminine stuff, plus their hormones, how they feel about a certain man, or how they feel about this singer or whatnot. And it happens. It freaking happens all over. Not just your relationship, not everywhere. And that's why I said, if women can have their night out, so can a man have their night out. I said this in our past live streams. And it's easy to get lost in the sauce. It's easy to get lost in the sauce. It's all about development. And I think, yeah, like I said, that when that happened with my ex's dad's sister, man, I was like, I can't believe, because he thought they were going out. And they're like, what, 13, 14 years old. I think she was 14 at that time. She was young. And her dad even got mad and saying, "Oh, you're hanging out with." It's not about that. Sometimes, yes, you could have a girl crush too. It's right there. It's plain in your sight. There's very rare where a guy has a guy crush. Very rare. Very rare. Like I said, girls are prettier than men. But yeah, your growth, there's growth and development in that too. I tell you, it's okay to explore, but sometimes it will go old real fast. And I say that a lot in my live streams. It grows old really fast. You're going out, you're doing this, you're doing that. It grows old really fast, but you do have to get it out of your system. You do have to get all that out of your system. And the reason why that never happened in the beginning of the 2 to 3 years is because y'all were committed to each other. Now it's called the growth and development. It happens a lot. It happens. So it happened to me. It happened to me. Now, I'm not putting anybody else on the spot, but it did happen to me. I never really cared for to look at other people. I never cared to talk about. The person knew that I was friends with guys and guys only, and he was totally okay with it because he knew that the type of person I was. He was okay with it. But as time grows on, you start growing, and then you start feeling like, oh, my significant other start to cheat on me or whatnot. And you never thought about that in the beginning of time where y'all are madly in love. Oh, I never look at another man. I never look. Now it's called influencers. Oh well, my significant other is with this person all the time. Now I feel like they're influencing them to do this or do that. Let me go empty my cup real quick. Give me a sec, guys. Oh man, it happens so much. Okay, I'm coming back. Yeah, it happens a lot than you think about. And the saddest part, like I said, I defend for the men mostly because I'm around men a lot. I'm around men so much that I understand where they're coming from. I understand that scaredness to. There's no way a man, like I said, there is no way a man could stick up to a girl, your female, or a girlfriend or a wife. There's no way they could be like, you're not going out tonight, because then all of a sudden it's called controlling. All of a sudden it's called quotation controlling. You're not gonna say, because the woman can get mad at you all they want. You're gonna sleep outside. You're gonna sleep in the car. You're gonna sleep in the outhouse. You're gonna sleep on the sofa. They can threaten you with sleeping everywhere. Oh, you did bad today, and you didn't do this. You didn't help me with this and whatnot. No, you can sleep everywhere. Oh, however, you cannot tell that to the female because they're dominant. Oh, they're the dumbest one. Oh, I'm too scared. I cannot. Oh, well, why can't, when the female does something wrong, why can't we say, you're going to sleep in the outhouse, you're going to sleep in the car, you're going to sleep on the couch tonight? No, all the movies that I have seen, mostly, oh, you're sleeping in the living room tonight. But however, when the female f's up, why the man doesn't step up to the plate? Put your man pants on. No, because men are too scared to stand up to their own woman, and then they call it controlling when they do. Oh no, and then all of a sudden, family members know, and they'll be like, oh yeah, he's controlling you. He can't be controlling you, and it's like, what the heck? What the heck? That's how the world is so effed up. Happy wife, happy. Oh man, I hate this. I hate that. Oh man, I hate that word. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The stupidest thing. Me and my coworker, because he had an open relationship, open-minded relationship as well, and he also too hated. I was like, man, I'm glad I'm not the only one, because he says that is so stupid. And his wife always treated him with so much respect that he could go out anywhere without being, oh, well, where you at? Where you this? And no matter if it was male or female, he can go out. And I said, yeah, because that proves a point where who wears the shoes in the house, the man or the woman? And I said this, I think on the third season of my live streams, and a lot of the times, oh, well, the woman is the woman because they're happy life, happy wife, or whatever it's called. And I'm like, no, nah, that's an excuse. That is a freaking excuse. I think men are just strong, so they suck it up. No, the men are strong, they suck it up. However, men do have rights too. Men do have rights, and this comes to the point where I think I had said on my live stream about women are more jealousy and have more jealousy. The same thing where you're basically going back and forth, and you don't want to. And if you all of a sudden, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna break up with you. Oh, the man can be like, it's whatever, because you don't have that hormone endorphins. You don't. You have that. I don't care what happens to you, just whatever. And the woman has more hormones, and it's going to cry days for days, hours on hours, nights by nights, and that's just the way it goes. And then that's what I said in my live stream. I said the women are the more affected ones. A man could care less. They don't have that hormone in them to cry. You'll be asked any man, you ask any man, boy, nobody is going to cry after a breakup. You rarely see that. You rarely see that because they don't have that hormone to cry. They're like, I don't have feelings anymore, or what? No, y'all just don't have that hormone. And I see it all the time in males, all the time. So no matter what, they're strong ones because they cannot handle that. The females will go sobbing. If you tell the female you can't go out tonight, they'll get mad and angry at you, and then probably start crying. But a male will be like, oh, you can't go out tonight. Oh, okay, well then that's fine. I'll just play video games tonight. And just rub it off. Like, oh, okay. And that's the way it goes. That's the way the life cycle goes. I'm gonna go get my drink. I'm gonna get my vodka tomorrow. Let's see which one. I'll drink this one. I gotta run to Specs tomorrow. Instead, we're gonna have dish. Oh. But yeah, it's all about growth and development. All about growth and development. Because I've seen in multiple relationships, and most of the time the men are too scared. You can't. There's no way you're gonna stand up to your female. But yeah, so expect to explore, but there is gonna be a cap. There's gonna be a cap. There's gonna be a flaw all of a sudden. After the flaw, there basically either a breakup or just calling it quits. It happens. It happens a lot because I myself in relationship, I wanted to explore, but I didn't want to angry the significant other because I wasn't that type of person. So we always used to go to car meets together all the time. I wasn't allowed to go to car meets by myself because you know what? I didn't feel like I could. Like I needed that. I was attached. And I was like, you know what? After feeling that attachment, like, oh, that person has to come to a car meet with me. He has to come to a car meet. He has to come to a car meet. All of a sudden, I'm detaching myself because I'm growing. And I'm like, well, why does he have to come to a car meet with me? Like, why can't I go to a car meet myself? And then that person will be like, no, because you know, I know you talk to males and you're going to talk to a male. I said, well, then it's mostly males at the car meet. The females are the ones that's sitting inside the car doing nothing. And that's facts right there. If you've never been to a car meet and there's a female around, half of the time they're in the car sitting. They're waiting for their significant other to be like, oh, okay, let's go ahead and head out. It's very rare to find girls that are into cars. Very. And you know, ooh, man. Ooh, I haven't had one of these in a while. Oh, ooh, that one hit. Jeez, bruh. I'm gonna be drunk by the time I freaking come back. Alright. Having one of those little cocktails. Oh, but I forgot how strong it was. Jeez. So yeah, you know, I myself, like I said, I struggled through that too. I didn't want to, you know, as soon as I saw my significant other try to talk to new people, of course I got angry. And I didn't allow myself to grow and develop to not get angry. No, I didn't develop that in the relationship. And that's when we grew apart because it's like that person wants to grow, that person wants to explore. I found that out after the end of my relationship that I want to explore too. I want to not be in a relationship anymore and have that tie down. Like I want to do my own thing, but I can't do my own thing while this person is on my back, or I can't have my own things that this person is probably going to get angry at. And it comes around like that. It's crazy. It's freaking crazy. Growth and development, guys. Whew, I have to sneeze. My goodness. So I didn't see it in my relationship, and I wish somebody like me was around to actually tell the truth. That it's all about growth and development, and that nothing might happen. Something could happen. Nothing might happen. But once you start growth and development, you find someone that you actually like. Like there's so many relationships I have known, way too many, that the person is with each other for like 5 years, and then all of a sudden they meet someone outside of their limits, and they're like, "Damn, how come I never met you before?" Like, and they feel like this person is the best of the best, and they don't want to be with that person. However, they're stuck in a relationship. They don't want to exit the relationship to be with that other person. And that again. I think I'm gonna make a live stream about that. Is how many times could you get married? How many times could you get married? How many times could you fall in love? Because either love or liking a person. I've said this in my second season. Love and liking and lusting and everything else. That was literally my second season. I was talking about that. And it really does. Oh, this thing zoomed in. What? I don't even know how. But you have feelings for another person, but you're in a relationship, and that's exactly, I've seen that so many times, and at work too. When I see it at work, and I tell, they're like, "Man, I've been with my significant other, but this other guy, he's really cute." I'm like, "Okay." I don't see nothing cute about it, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I never been into that kind of area, I guess. But he's like, "Oh, he seems cute, doesn't he?" And it's like, "Aren't you in a relationship?" And then she's all like, "Yeah, I am, but it's okay to look. You know, at least you're not talking to them." And then all of a sudden they're like, I'm talking to the person. Well, then aren't you cheating? Oh, no, I'm not cheating. Well, does your significant other know that you're talking to this one guy on the internet at work? No. And I literally stop them in their tracks. I'm like, okay, well, then I'm not going to let you know, but that's considered kind of cheating because you're basically not telling your significant other that you're talking to this person. Because, first of all, you're telling me he's cute. And then I ask you, and I tell you, I said, aren't you in a relationship? And then they tell you, oh yeah, I'm in a relationship, but it's okay because it's fine because you're not, at least you're coming home to that same person. Okay. Oh, that guy texted me back. Now you're texting that guy back? What the heck? Does your significant other know that you're texting that person back? No. Well, then I was considered cheating. Like, oh, because you're too scared, that she's too scared to tell her significant other that she's talking to this one guy because she wants to keep it secretive. There's nothing wrong with a secretive relationship. However, it's pointed in the picture that this is how relationships are. It is literally pointed in the relationships. Like, it's crazy. And that's why I always said, I don't even know if I can even get into a relationship. But I know if I ever do, it will be an open-minded relationship to where it's like, okay, just let me know and I won't get mad. Like these people say, I won't get mad if you, I'll be like, okay, I'll see the outcome. Oh, you think she's cute or you think she's pretty? Oh, I can see it where you're going from there, you know? You have to see that outcome. That's just me. Oh my goodness. This vodka's strong. I mean, this alcohol. It's hitting. Oof. But yeah, so growth and development, guys. Growth and development is okay. It's okay to explore, guys. It's okay, but like I said, there is a cap. There will be one day a cap. There will be a flaw all of a sudden that happens. No matter if it's the male or the female, there is going to be a flaw that all of a sudden happens during this development. And it's perfectly normal. And I've seen so many relationships that struggle in 2 years. In 2 years. Because now they no longer like their significant other or love their significant other in that way anymore. And they don't see anything in them anymore. And it happens. It freaking happens. 2 years of being in a marriage, and then like it might not be ups and downs like y'all having arguments all day every day. It might not be that. It's just all of a sudden you don't no longer love this person the way you used to 2 years ago. And I've seen this in a 2-year relationship. 2 years. That's pretty darn crazy. And they were like, I painted the picture. You paint the picture that you want to paint. It's for that, you're thinking that significant other is going to be this type of person. And then all of a sudden, in your mind, you start waking up and be like, I'm really not into this person anymore. Mostly the males are the ones that are not into the female any longer. They just seem like, yeah, just went away. The love went away. The respect is still there, but the love went away. Like, you're like, what was I thinking? Almost like when you go into puberty, basically. Because when a 7-year-old or 8-year-old sees a little girl, be like, and then the person's like, yeah, mommy and daddy kissed. Ew, mommy and daddy kissed. Ew. It's like, y'all be doing that later in the future. And then all of a sudden, their hormones kick in. All of a sudden, freaking Shania looks so good right now. All of a sudden, Shania was basically growing up all their years, and they never gone out. They never thought about kissing each other, none of that. And then all of a sudden, hormones kick in, and y'all coming into puberty, and then Shania looks cute all of a sudden. Yeah. Tell you. But yeah, growth and development, guys. And it's my own opinion. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. And it's all facts. It's all proven facts, no matter what relationship. Even the relationships that have, oh shoot, it's 40 minutes. Even the relationships that are into drugs and alcohol. Drugs and alcohol can and will tear up a relationship if you're not in sequence. The male, half of the time, some of the males do not know how to drink without either arguing or being aggressive. There's a lot of males out there that can chill. They can chill and drink and whatnot, but there are many males that cannot drink. They cannot drink and be with their significant other. And that's when abuse comes in. And it's very horrible situation to be in. I've seen way too many relationships because the woman is all like, he's drinking a lot, he's drinking too much, and now he wants to beat me up, or he just wants to do bad things to me. And that kind of relationship is a no-go. But half of the time, the woman still stays with them. A lot of the times, they're too scared. The woman will be too scared to leave that relationship because they think the significant other's going to come after them and K them in their lives. And yes, sometimes half of the time that happens. So alcohol can ruin a relationship. A lot of my family, some of my family, not a lot of them, some of my family came from a abusive male that their husband used to beat them up all the time because they were drinking, and I've seen way too many like that. So relationships can do that. And like I said, I've seen it mostly in males. The males are beating up their wives, they're beating up their significant other. And then that's a very horrible situation, and it's not cool at all. The woman could be also have that man hormone where they don't care anymore and they're drinking. Let them go out, let them party. It is, I think I said this a while back, you just see it equally. You gotta see it equally. If a man could be a drunk and abusive, so can a woman could be drunk and abusive. Some women don't have that in them to abuse like that. Some women have more of a jealousy. Like, yeah, I've seen that happen too. That women get drunk and then they get jealous of a son. But yeah, if a man gets drunk and starts abusing their significant other, that's a no-go. I've seen that so many times. Way too many times. And they're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. One relation to another. Each and every one of them is exactly identical to the other. And I'm going to keep saying that. No matter what situation, like, it's nothing rare. And I always said this in my live stream before. The woman has the whole house, but the man has the garage. Why can't the man have the whole house and the woman has the damn garage? Oh no, because it don't work like that. It don't work like that. And that's why I can't stand relationships. That's why I'm talking about it. Because my aggravation towards relationships just gets me freaking annoyed. Once I see a open relationship where the man could go out just as much as the woman can go out, I'll be more relaxed. But we need that these days. We don't have that. It's always that say that you say, what do you say, happy life, happy wife? No, we need to stop that. We need to stop that. I would love my man to be just as happy as I am, in my personal opinion. Now that I have growth and development, not being in a relationship, how I would treat my man with respect, the same respect. If I'm gonna, like, I've seen that a lot of times where the man can't really touch anything in the household, and everything that they touch, the woman starts getting aggravated at, like, no, I don't want to have this on this, I don't have this. It happens a lot. Like, my grandparents were the same way, and they've been living together for a while. And he has no say so. He cannot put anything on the wall. He can't put anything. He has to put everything in either the closet or in the little tiny area that they have in the garage. He has nothing inside the house that's his. Everything else is my grandma's. And it's like, is that even fair? No, we shouldn't be like that. If it's 50%, well, 50-50 in a household, 50% should be whatever you want in the household. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. If you're living in a house that's 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, okay, we have his and her things too. That's supposed to be 50-50, right? The woman can't decorate the whole entire house too. I've seen that so many times in a relationship. So stupid. We need to get the F out of that. That's so stupid. It aggravates me to the max. Like, oof. I'm all like, let me just talk to these chicks and be like, relax on your freaking man. Relax on your freaking man. Let them go out. Let them do what they want to do. You don't have the right all the time to do what you got to do. Like, okay, that's just me. That's just me. Every time I see that in a relationship, I attack the female most of the time. And I'm a female. So I know, and I come from that standpoint too. If somebody was to come up to me and say the same thing to me as I was in the relationship, I would take the advice. Sure, I'll be angry that, oh, you telling me to do what I want to do in my relationship? Like, this is my relationship, not yours, just like a child, whatever. No, bro. Relax on the situation. 50-50, eh? Where's the 50-50 in the household? Besides groceries, rent, bills, you don't need to, you got 50 on everything. You know, and it tops the point where decorations in households. Ooh, wait. I don't know how many times I have seen that too. Oh, you can't decorate in your house. Your own house, or your own apartment, that's your apartment or house. Mainly houses, because houses are much bigger. The woman has to decorate the kitchen. The woman has to decorate the living room. The woman has to, no, man. How about y'all have a peace of mind and decorate each other? Like, either one half, this half is yours, this half is mine. This half of the wall, you have 50-50, bro. I don't understand. That's why I never believed in marriage. Never believed in marriage. Because I'm like, what the F? 50-50, right? Then why don't you, just because you're paying rent 50-50 or the mortgage 50-50, then have the whole household 50-50 as well. Somebody decorate the freaking living room 50-50. This side yours, this side mine. What? You know, one day I seen on the internet, and I need to put that video somewhere, but there was a couple, and I'm very proud, like, we need couples like this. This couple got married, but they knew they had their separate ways. They knew they had differences. And who doesn't have differences, guys? So she got a loft, basically. Well, I guess let's say a house loft thing. It's kind of hard to distinguish, but one had 1 bedroom area, sink, kitchen, everything else, and the other one was downstairs. They still lived together. However, they were living in separate houses. Not houses, but the loft area. So he had his own thing going on downstairs, and she had her own thing going on upstairs. And I'm not talking about a 2-story house. I'm talking about an actual apartment. So they lived, well, like a loft apartment thing. I gotta find that on the internet. But he would live downstairs while she would live upstairs. She had her own decorations. She had the way she wanted it, and he had her own thing too going on downstairs. He had his own thing, and like, why can't we have relationships like this? I mean, y'all married, but y'all don't have to be in the same household because y'all have differences. Like, I don't know. Hands down, I wish every relationship was like that. If somebody wants to decorate, like me, I'm too far gone. Let me go empty my cup. I'm too far gone from being in a relationship. It's crazy the way I think about it. To me, I'm too far gone to be in a relationship, and that's the way I think about it. My independence has taken over, and I could say the same thing, that I'm very picky on everything. I want everything to be a certain way, and just the way I found it. If you see the pencil on the floor, and I'll be like, don't pick it up, just put it to the side. Push it to the side. Don't pick it up, because maybe my brain will be like, where did I leave my pencil or a pen? Oh, I think I remember. It fell on the ground. And then I come back to that area and it's not there. And then I ask my significant other, what happened to that pen that was right here? Oh, I picked it up and put it over there. It's like, that's annoying. Like, I'm just a very picky person, and I just gotten that way. And even if so, I would have to have a person that is okay with my decorations, all of a sudden my random decorations and my randomness. Like, they have to be okay with everything. And not a lot of people are okay with things. And I'll let them do whatever they want to do as well, as long as it's basically in that format where I tell you 50-50. 50-50. Okay, let's go ahead and open up a wall for you, and let's go ahead and let you do your own thing. 50-50. But yeah, so relationships in general, they do tick me off a lot. And when I think about my own relationship, my past previous one, I think we had a lot of growth and development that we needed to do, but we couldn't do it because we were too scared about what's going to happen in the future. Like, it happens, guys. It happens. No matter if you're having a girls' night, a guys' night, no matter what, in a relationship, you're basically there together to do it. You're not single, and you can do whatever you want. You still have that boundary. And who knows anything about that but me? Because I know for sure you got a boundary. I had a boundary too. There's no way I'm gonna be going out with the guys after night to go do drifting. I would at the end of my relationship, I wanted to explore. So the way I explored was basically going out to random drift areas that would have places where they could do burnouts and do car meetups and whatnot. I will go there and then just chill and hang out there. But however, you're not there with your significant other, it's a whole different story that they think of something bad. And most of the guys will be like, okay, that's fine. Again, that's most of the guys. And that's exactly how it goes. That's why the woman can stomp all over the guys as much as they want to, which is not right. Me coming from a woman, I say that's not right. I don't. I've been in that situation too, and I've been that toxic person as well, and I feel like that's not right. That was not right for me to do. That's not right for them to do. That's not right at all. We need to have equal. We need to be equal. Equal. But no, we can't be equal if one person is not the same. Oh no, it's okay. They can go out whatever they want. Meanwhile, they're doing bad things. They're doing things that they've never done before and together. And it's pretty sickening. It's pretty sickening. Pretty sickening. Half of the time I talk about women so bad, I deteriorate women in my live streams. And I'm telling you from a woman's perspective, that's exactly what I see. Not cool. Not cool at all. Mm-mm-mm. Because growth and development. It's okay to explore, but there's some times that you are going to have an encounter, and that encounter could make or break you. You can shrug it off your shoulder, or you can go crazy and go ham on the person, no matter what circumstance it is. Living with each other is not easy as well. We all know that. Kind of went over the topic of that. But I'm going to start ending it here because we're at 56 minutes. And I'm off tomorrow, so I was actually going to make it 31 minutes, but I have a deep conversation. Because that's the way I feel. Growth and development in a relationship is totally fine. Totally fine. But there will be a cap. One day, there will be a cap. We don't know when that cap is going to be. It could either break us or not care at all. Some men could care less on where the relationship goes. The woman, most of the time, they're like, yeah, I need you here. I need you to do this. Who else could do this for me? The woman is always a leech. The woman is always the leech. If they're not independent. They're always the leech. They're always the one that like, I need a man to fix the light bulb. I need a man. Okay, well then what if you screw up and then your man leaves you and your man is careless, heartless, can care whatever happens to you? Then who's gonna do those for you? Oh well, never mind. Baby, come back. Oh well, change the damn light bulb. Like, come on, man. And that's one thing too. Most women are not independent. Not independent. You know how many times I have seen women come to me and ask me for help on their cars? And they're like, oh, I could change a wiper blade, I could change this, I'm very independent. No, you can't. Can't even do all that. You can't even do any of that. And it just ticks me off when I hear this, where a man abuses the woman for food, that they should be the cook of the house. Oh man, that's old fashioned to me. That is old fashioned. I come from, well, basically, my ex came from a family that the woman always had to cook for their man. They always had to have food ready on the stove when they come home. And I wasn't that type of person. I was not that type of person. Oh, his whole family hated me. Oh, his whole family hated me. It's crazy. And we don't get disguised by all that. Everybody's living the old-fashioned ways. I don't know. See it equally. Man and the woman, you'll see it equally. There's growth and development, whether you like pickles and onions, cilantro, or nothing like that. Yeah. The way a person eats, if they're crunching, they don't want them to crunch, their annoyance and stuff. It's all growth and development. It's normal for relationships to do this. Normal. see outside the box, go out, explore. You can explore. However, there will be a cap later in the future. Let it all out of your system. Let it all out. Maybe one day you come to realization. Maybe you don't want to be with your significant other no more, and that happens a lot. Once a person starts going out, it's kind of a cap. They may say that they love you, but they may not love you anymore. It's all a cap. It can make or break you, but that's just the truth. That is just the truth. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. But this is coming from my perspective. This is the way I see things. Just because I came in through a relationship the same way that broke me, I go out and go drifting, make or break you. It all depends on how the situation goes. Hanging out with your besties, hanging out with people new and that your significant other doesn't know. It happens. It happens all the time. But yes, guys, it's normal for relationships to develop. It's okay to explore. It's all about relationship development. Thank you, Mofo Kevin, for being here and joining. Thank you for the thumbs up. I was here just a tad bit longer because Kevin showed up. Also, the thumbs up. I see a couple of thumbs up in here. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.